Welcome to another episode of the Milwaukee Beer Review. I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And we've got a new Milwaukee brewery on tap here today.
So today we're going to be doing some beers out of Fermentorium Brewery. So the Fermentorium, the original location, opened up in Cedarburg. Great location, opened up in 2016. And they actually opened up a new location back in May of 2019 up in Wauwatosa. They call it the Fermentorium Barrel House. But two great locations. The link, or the description will be in the link. The link will be in the description.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That works. The link will be in the description. So. Yes. If you're looking for any of these beers, we'll have you set up in a way to find some of it. And last I checked, actually, all four of these variants are still available on their website. So if you're in the Milwaukee market and you're looking for it, it's still there if you'd like to try it. So yeah. So what we're trying today is a little stout called Sweater Weather. So this is released every year on what Fermentorium calls Blackout Wednesday. Pre-orders go out for it, similar to a lot of the other beer releases in the marketplace. So it's another great stout that comes out. This is an Imperial Stout, but it's a milk stout. So we'll talk a little bit about what that means in a minute. But I think before we get started, I have actually tried all four of these variants at this point. Ross is brand new.
So I'm really excited to try this one. We're looking forward to this one. I know this is kind of something Josh and I had on tap, so I'm looking forward to doing this one. So to get into a milk stout, we kind of said earlier we want to touch base on milk. So the slight difference between this and a regular stout is they just add some lactose into the process when they're brewing this. It does not ferment then, and then what it does, it adds a little bit of sweetness, kind of gives you a little milk taste without any of the benefits milk offers. But it still kind of just gives a little sweeter taste to it than you normally have out of a stout.
Yeah, so in comparison to some of the stuff we've been reviewing, if you've been watching our videos, this is going to be a little bit creamier of a beer and a little bit sweeter. So it falls maybe a little bit more into the dessert category, but not necessarily, depending on which beer you're trying here. So I think we'll dive in. The first one we're going to try is the base Sweater Weather. So this one comes in at 8.4% ABV, so still up there. It's an Imperial Milk Stout, so I think important to recognize that when we think about that slightly higher ABV. The base beer is a pretty standard milk stout, but one of the main adjuncts in it is vanilla. So we're going to be looking for some of those vanilla flavors, a little bit of chocolate, I think, as we try this one. So let's go ahead and get it poured.
So let's get this open and get pouring on it. So you do expect a little bit more of a head than you would see maybe out of a barrel-aged stout, given that it's somewhat kind of that in between of that nitro and just your regular base stout. As you can see, this pours real nicely. A little bit of a chocolate color to the beer, not as dark as maybe some of the previous beers we've had. Overall, it looks really good.
Yeah, a little creamy. All right, Ross, thanks for pouring these. Yep. Let's get our noses in here and get a little nose on it. On the nose, I am getting that vanilla. I'm getting chocolate. Really nothing else as far as adjuncts. It's pretty much a standard milk stout, I think, from that perspective. Really no other major notes I'm getting on the nose here with this one.
It looks, just from looking at it, it's definitely a little bit thinner than some of the beers we've had in the past. I mean, it's again, without that barrel aged process, the heaviness that we have in the previous ones, it's a little thinner. It's a little more transparent than what we've seen so far.
The head dissipated fairly quickly. I mean, there's still a little bit there, but there's some decent lacing on it, and if you get a little swirl on the beer, so definitely a stronger beer. You're getting some solid lacing, and I think we should give it a shot.
Okay. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Oh yeah, vanilla's right there on the back end. It's on the front and on the back. Like, I get vanilla all the way through the base beer. Yeah. Definitely strong vanilla. There's some hints of chocolate in there. I don't know if you're getting that.
A little bit, yeah. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate. It's faint enough there where it doesn't overpower anything, which sometimes you get with some chocolate beers. Sometimes that chocolate just kind of overpowers. You get a little bit too much bitterness involved. So here's this. It's very vanilla, very creamy, with this little bit of sweetness from the chocolate then, which is really nice. It's
a good beer.
It's a very good base beer. I mean, it's a very solid base beer. It's very tasty.
Easy to drink.
Exactly.
Definitely creamy. Like if you're looking for that like creamy dessert style beer, I mean, I think this fits so many different categories as a base beer. In that you could drink this for dessert, or you could drink this sitting watching the game today.
Yeah.
I really like this. Yeah, solid.
Very good.
Yeah, and the more I drink it, the more I taste vanilla. And that's what I kind of want from this. I mean, if you read the description, if you look at kind of what they were going for with this beer, I think the vanilla really adds some good undertones to a standard milk stout. So, yeah.
Yeah, very good, very solid base beer. Real excited to get into the other variants.
Yeah, so the next one we're going to try actually is the s'mores variant. So what they did is they took kind of their base sweater weather. This one's a little bit higher ABV, so it's at 9.3%. But this one, if you think about, what a s'more is and what you're kind of going for with that flavor, they describe it as having chocolate, some toasted marshmallow, that graham cracker flavor. We had a similar beer from Good City.
Yep.
That kind of followed that same trend, so it'll be interesting to kind of see where this beer lands in comparison to, that bourbon barrel-aged beer we tried before. So let's get this thing
poured up. All right, let's get it open. So I expect pretty similar to what we saw with the base beer. I don't expect anything different. Yep, a little transparent, but nice dark color. A little bit of a head that does kind of dissipate pretty quick, though. Overall, looks what you expect out of a milk stout.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Similar to the base beer. Didn't expect much different there, but always good to get a look.
Yeah.
All right, Ross, our pouring champ. Let's smell this one.
Wow, that's a lot up front.
Definitely different than the base. I'm getting much less vanilla on this one. There is a little bit of I'm getting a little bit smokier flavor. I can definitely smell graham cracker.
I got the graham. I got some chocolate in there. It's a little more. It's more depth to that smell than you get with the base, which you'd expect. It's a variant. You're supposed to get more flavorful, more variety in there.
Yeah, a little bit of smokiness on it. Definitely a different nose on this beer than what we saw on the base beer. And in comparison to like what Good City's s'mores variant was like, I'm not getting kind of that cinnamon flavor we talked about during that review. So this is kind of a little bit more geared towards what I would expect from at least on the nose of a s'mores variant. All right, let's try it.
All right, cheers, buddy.
Definitely way more chocolate on this one than I got on the base beer. The base beer was very vanilla forward. This is definitely more chocolate forward, which I actually really, really like.
Yeah.
And I don't get as much of the graham cracker, honestly, at the front. I get it a little bit in the back, but I don't get as much of it on the front as I expected. I get a lot of chocolate up front. And then like a little bit of that graham cracker marshmallow-y flavor.
I'm getting that marshmallow, right? You get that, like you said, the chocolate up front. I taste the graham, but I really taste that marshmallow coming through at the end, and that's really good. That's it's very tasty. This would be, I would quantify this as a dessert beer. This definitely more than the original base beer, and it's got a nice little sweetness. That chocolate does add some bitterness up front, but it goes down very sweet, very creamy, very much that milk stout with that marshmallow taste in it, which is very good.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, if you're looking for a s'mores variant, a stout, something like this will definitely fit the bill. This is a solid beer. Everything that you'd expect in a s'mores variant is here. And in fact, comparing the two, I think I would edge this one out on the first one.
Absolutely.
So talking about where this kind of would go, where both of these beers would go, if I'm throwing these in Untappd, I'm probably looking at the base sweater weather somewhere around a 4. I'm a milk stout fan. I like milk stouts. I'm a dessert beer fan. But I think 4 is pretty standard for a base beer. It doesn't jump out at me. The vanilla, I think, gives it a little bit of an extra push. But I'd put it around a 4. And then the s'mores variant, I'm going to put around 4.25. I think it adds enough to the base beer that gives it a little bit of a jump up. And to be honest, if I had to choose between the two, I'd choose to drink the s'mores over the base beer.
I would agree. I got my scores a little bit different. I'm going to go with a base of about 3.75.
Okay.
Still very good. Again, solid for a base beer. When you get a base beer with all these variants, that is very, very good. And I got the s'more out of a 4. Again, I think I said in the last time we had s'more beer, it's not really my style. It's not something I've enjoyed. The Good City one was very good, just wasn't really what I was looking for. This is more what I'm looking for. This tastes like a s'more. You get that chocolate, you get that marshmallow taste, which is a really unique taste within beer. And then you get that smokiness in it with that. So it's a very good beer. I would definitely go after that one again.
Yeah. Awesome. If you're looking for this, like I said, they still have all 4 variants available on their website. Go to thefermentorium.com. We don't have any affiliation with the Fermentorium. We just love these Milwaukee breweries and want to support them. So check them out if you're interested. And if you're in the area, they've still got some of this stuff there. There are 2 more variants. We'll be talking about those in our next episode. So stay tuned for some more sweater weather variants that we have coming up. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. If you've got thoughts, breweries in the area you'd like us to review, if you've got thoughts on these specific beers, we'd love to see it in the comments. So let us know, and we'll see you later this week for a couple more variants of sweater weather.
All right, have a good one, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good day.